Exclamation buddy, and welcome back to Satisfactory. And today we have a few housekeeping things to take care of, and then we're going to start working on the mega base, or as I'm calling it, corporate headquarters. You can see I'm back at my base here. Not a whole lot has changed here since you last saw it. Other than perhaps that stack of caterham ore over there, if we'll head over that way. So, off camera, I've been very busy the last couple, last week or so, just doing off camera work. This is the caterham site that we found. It is way off in the mountains there. I'm not going to run the entire distance, but suffice it to say, this goes on for quite some time, quite some ways. I mean, quite some distance, way beyond there. It was an interesting challenge to get this belt going, but we got it. I got it going. It's powered by itself. It's got its own coal resource over there and all that stuff. I know I promised to show all that off, but it's a long walk, and I want to focus this episode on our base, our giant base thing. But you can see the caterham ore is coming straight down into a smelter over here. Well, first of all, it's going into the into a storage container, as I tend to do. That then is being fed into a smelter, which is making caterium ingots. Those ingots are coming over here and being made into quick wire, which means we now have a venerable crap ton of quick wire. As you can see, it's well up into the top here. In fact, I believe, okay, this is always a little iffy. Yeah, the top storage container is already full. This bottom one is starting to get full, so I should take a few of these, because we'll be needing them in a little bit here. What do I have? I have some limestone still in my inventory. Okay, we'll have to get rid of that. But anyway, let's come down here the proper way. I finally figured out how the ladders and stuff work in the game. You just got to turn and face them. I've got all these as level 2 belts now. I think we went over that in the last episode, so got like maximum, about as good efficiency as I'm going to get out of them. We got a ton of concrete coming in here, which I don't need quite so much coming into here, but I'm gonna steal some right now because well, I'll show you where I'm really needing it. And I think what I want to do, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Let's come over here real fast and look at what we've got. So if I look at our hub terminal, you'll see we've completed all of tier 0 through 4 as far as anything that I had researched. I went out in the world and I found another, as I was bringing that caterium ore up, I found another crash site that I hadn't seen before. And it was mostly copper wire, but it also had a drop ship that didn't require any power to open. It only required like 100 screws or something like that. Open that up, so I got a hard drive, and that should be ready to go. But I also found, let's see if I can find it here. I believe I put it into this box. Not the fabric, but I found. Is it here? Is it in my inventory? Where is it at? I had it around here somewhere. I wonder if I put it in the other box here. I might have put it over here. Let's see. Yes, here it is. Circuit boards. I found 3 circuit boards. So we'll have to see what that's used for. Coming over into the research area, the hard drive should be done. And it is, so now I can figure out what I want alternate blueprints for. An alternate blueprint for the stator would be good. What does this take? Reinforced iron plate and steel pipes. Let's take steel pipes and quick wire. The stator, and then the rotor is also steel pipes and wire. So I guess having an alternate blueprint for the stator is probably better, because that's really the thing that I have a lot of stuff chained off of. So I guess we'll take that one. That does 9 parts a minute. Alright, we'll take that one. Confirm. Okay, and anything else I had here? I was trying to make some fabric in order to do this, but I need 10 fabric. I only have 3. I don't have enough mycelia basically to do it. That's what I'm really waiting on. I need to finish researching mycelia as well, so that's 20 for that. But that said, I think we got everything. I think I've covered everything in this area. I have off camera, I basically nothing over where I'm producing the rotors or anything has changed since since the last episode. That's all still churning out rotors and things. So much so that I was able to come over to the space elevator here, and I'm able to send this off. I wanted to send it off in front of you guys. We'll seal it, and we'll send it. There we go. And that unlocks Tier 5 and Tier 6 for us. And so... there it goes. There it goes off to give us Tier 5 and Tier 6 stuff. So I should... let's just take a quick peek at what Tiers 5 and 6 give me, because I'm not entirely sure myself. I haven't gotten this far in the game at all. This is my first time getting this far. So let's see what we have unlocked here. Let's see what we have unlocked. Oh, I've got the alternate thing for the stator, right, which is going to require some rotors and some reinforced iron plates. That's fine. Tier 5 now, oil processing. So that gives us plastics, fuel, rubber, and oil refinery, oil pump. That gives us the circuit boards. Okay, so that explains the circuit boards I picked up. And crude oil, we can scan for crude oil. Okay, industrial manufacturing gives us a manufacturer which crafts 3 or 4 parts into another part. That would be interesting. Automatically extracted by connecting conveyor belt to the output. Can be automated by feeding parts into it with a conveyor belt connected by the input. The produced parts can be automatically extracted. So I wonder if this would allow me to everything that's iron produces, if I could just put one belt into there and just have all, like, you know, the iron rods come out, iron plates come out, and screws, because I have the alternate recipe for that. I wonder if that's how that works. That'll be interesting. That takes 50 motors, which we might actually have. I already have 75 modular frames in my inventory, and 2500 wire. That's easy to come by. Also gives us a computer. Complex logic machine is used to control advanced behavior in machines. I am very interested. And a truck. 48 slot inventory is built-in crafting bench. You know what I mean? So I guess the truck runs on oil, whereas we have just the buggy right now. And then Caterham Electronics high-speed connector. Makes several cables and wires in a very efficient way. Uses standard patterns, so its applications are many and varied. That gives us supercomputer, okay, which we have to still research too. Inversion of the computer. An AI limiter is super advanced electronics are used to control AIs and keep them from evolving in malicious ways. Interesting. And smart splitters. Splits conveyor belts in 3. You can set a rule for which part goes to the left and which part should go to the right. Okay, I've seen these. I've seen a GIF of these in action, so that's interesting. Although we'll have to see if I actually have a use for that or not. And then Tier 6, expanded power infrastructure. We got a fuel generator. Consumes fuel to generate electricity for your power grid as input, so feeding fuel can be automated. Conveyor belt Mark IV. A jetpack. Excellent. A jetpack would be very, very useful, actually. And 5 inventory slots. And finally, the gas mask. With the filter and all that stuff. So, cool beans, but that requires 50 computers and heavy modular frames and stuff. So the heavy modular frames we haven't even set up for yet. Okay, so this is cool stuff. This is cool. I like what they're doing here. I can get the alternate recipe for the stator. Let's just do that for the sake of doing that. And what do I need here? I need 25 rotors. Okay. Put the 2 in there, and then I think I should have more than enough rotors over here. In fact, they're all, looks like they're, yeah. Oh yeah, I got plenty. So to grab those. So like I said, I'm gonna now, you know, I know a lot of you are gonna be like, why don't you just get rid of tier 5 and tier 6 stuff right now? And I hear you. I kind of want to, especially for that manufacturer thing. But I also want to really spend some quality time over at the other area too. So what most caught my eye here was the manufacturer. So let's select that as our milestone. What do I need? I need modular frames, which we got those. I need motors. We'll have those in a second. Cables. And just give it the 160 I have there. And then wire. Okay, so 4. Alright, so, and then let's see. I'll go. The motors should be over here, right? There's one going in right now. So what do we got? Oh, wow. We got motors for days here, friends. I didn't realize that's how long I've been playing off camera, is that it's built up that many motors. What's the I need it cable. So you have some cable up here. Some of that, and I needed some wire. So we'll grab some of this. That should be enough. It was like 2,500 wire. I didn't count that out, so I probably don't have enough. But let's just pop it all in here and see what we got. Okay, and bingo, bango, 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 bango. Okay, we have enough of that. Cables, enough there. Motors, 50. There we go. Industrial manufacturing is now ours.
Milestone reached. The manufacturer increases production complexity. A critical look at production line logistics and efficiency is recommended during integration. The truck allows for increased efficiency in transportation, automated or otherwise.
Okay. So then what goes into making a whatchamacallit, a manufacturer? I imagine it's a computer, right? So manufacturer, what does that take? It takes heavy modular frames, motors, cables, and regular old computers, 3 of them. And then regular old computers take what? Plastic and circuit boards, yeah. Which means we really need the other. I figured as much. We really need the oil processing in order to do anything with that. That's unfortunate, but it is what it is. And we have the resources for it, but I gotta wait until this pod comes back in 11 minutes for some reason. I don't know why they make you wait, but they do. Even though you've got all the resources all ready to go. I think, yeah, I think we're good here. I could put some of these rotors and stuff away, I guess, for now. Did I have anything in there? No. Where's my rotors? So I discovered, by looking at other YouTubers, that you can control click and drag, and it will drag everything that's similar over into the thing, which I did not know. I did not know that at all. So that's a good handy dandy tip there. Alright, so we're good there. I want to, before we go trekking all the way over this place, I'm going to need some basics. So I'm going to need to do a queue. And I'm going to need, we're going to work on the power over there first. And then the iron. So power-wise, I need, so some coal generators. Of course, I put all those rotors away, and I need them now. So I'm thinking, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Sounds good. So I need more modular frames there and stuff. All right. So 12 coal generators. And what else will I need? Obviously a power pole Mark II. We'll need a couple of those. Just make sure I have enough there. Logistics. We'll need a couple splitters. So I'll just say 12 splitters, and conveyor belt Mark II may not be necessary for this particular application because we won't go through them that quickly. Once the coal is in there, it'll be in there. So, and then foundations and walls and stuff, we'll need those. Don't think I will need another storage container. I think we have enough of those. Well, I am trying to do like one layer of storage containers for everything coming in. Okay, friends, this is where things get interesting. So I've started to hook up some miners to the iron that was over here that we've seen before. There's still plenty more to go around. You can see it's going over there. I've got several belts stretched out. There's one belt there that's going to some limestone that I had found a while ago that's close to my... over there you can see the smokestacks for my power. This one's like right there. You can barely see it, but it's right there. It was right on the other side of the rock between those. With some limestone, so I've got that coming along here. And my coal generator, which is, let's see, I think it's just over there. You can kind of see the top of the stack there. My coal mine, I should say, my coal miner is bringing over, and there's a generator there, is bringing the coal over as well and putting it into an elevator. A poor man's elevator, but an elevator nonetheless. It took me a while. It took me a while to do that. It doesn't look very impressive, but we'll see it from the other side in a little bit. I also needed some more power here for all these machines and stuff, so that's why that's down there. I also have the limestone from here. There was a limestone pit here that's also bringing limestone over this way. I won't need this. This was my temporary thing for building stuff. I won't need this any longer because we have it over here, but I'm just going to keep it for now because it's all hooked up and everything. You can see where that's coming from off in the distance there. So my grand plan is to bring all the resources. Basically, the only thing that'll be left in the world beyond here will be the space elevator and maybe a random power, like coal power plant here or there, possibly. I intend on getting rid of those and just having power come from my main base. But basically just have miners out there and have a ton of belts just all coming into this central area. I'll have several of these belts, several of these elevators set up. You know, some here, probably some on the other side as well. We'll see. And that will be taking the resources down. Also, if you're wondering, yes, these are walls. I put the walls up with the conveyor belt walls. So the conveyor belt, this was how I stretched the conveyor belt for the concrete across the way here. It just made it easier for me to do it. Yes, I could have just put foundations down and did it across that way, but this way looked, I knew it was going to be temporary, and this way just worked for me. It looks sufficiently crazy this way, basically. All this is going into, this concrete is all feeding into a storage tank over here. This is where I've been coming up here to grab concrete whenever I need to put the the base down, the foundation's down, so you can see there's probably some in here now. There's a couple things. I might need those a little bit later. It's relatively convenient. I have to come all the way up to grab it, but it's still relatively convenient right now. We are getting a bit of a frame rate thing, but that's to be expected given the craziness that I'm doing in this area. But once we get down to the bottom here, it'll clear up again. So I'm near the extents of the map, and I think I've mentioned this before. I think just beyond here, not quite here, but you can see where like the world kind of looks like it ends there. My guess is that if I go much further that way, it'll actually start to hurt me. Because, and I figured that because when I come down here, these platforms are 1 block above the Hertz wall. Because if I go 1 block below this, or if I were to fall off these things, it would hurt a lot. And in fact, you can tell that when I come over here, as I get closer to where the world is actually supposed to be, there are whatchamajuzits, waterfalls just over here, and you probably saw them. You didn't see them right away, but yeah, the waterfalls are over here, and you can probably start to hear them a little bit. But also, the water line is right here, so you can see this is literally where the water would be at. But this water, I don't think will hurt me if I go in it. I don't think. But if I walk that way a little bit, it looks like there's water there, but it's actually not, because you can see there's no animation or anything. And it will actually start to hurt quite a bit. It'll start to take your health off. So running this way, we'll start to see, once the fog lifts a little bit, we will start to see our item elevator. And it will be coming into view any moment now. Oh, there it is. It's starting to fade in. Fade in. There we go. Very nice. Very nice. Way on up high. So what I've done is I've put the stackable conveyor belts up here, and that was interesting to do because you got to do everything from bottom up, right? So I'm here climbing up the ladder and putting things above me, which you can do. And then getting the conveyor belts is also interesting because you basically got to hang off the side of the storage container and just kind of spin yourself around and get them into position correctly. This one obviously is the iron ore. This one is the limestone, and this one is the coal. The coal has finally made it down to the bottom here, which is good to see. Good to see. And in fact, this storage container is almost full now. And so that's bringing all those coal things and everything else all the way down to the bottom here. So it's acting as both storage and as a transport mechanism. My goal today is to start to get some power set up here, because we're going to need that before we can do much of anything else. And I want to start to get the power stack going. Now, my thought was to have it all the way over this side, because I don't really want it to obscure my view per se. That does mean I'm going to have to put a lot of conveyor belts down, but I don't think that'll be a big deal. I don't have to go very far to get iron as well. That I do have a temporary iron thing set up down there. So I was thinking of having it back here, but I also want to make sure I give myself enough room to make it, you know, epic, and also still have it be somewhat visible, which I think it will be even from over here. So if I come close to the edge here, we're not quite up to, you see that looks like real water. It's not real water. You see how it's lower than where it should be? It is animated, actually. I should take that back. But it's not real. It's fake. It's nothing but pain and suffering. We're close to the edge of the map. I don't see any benefit in me going much further this way, other than just for the sake of argument doing it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to sort of hang out like right around here maybe, and start laying down how I want the coal plants and stuff. Now, my thought is the first level, I realized that on my run over here that I probably don't need 24 splitters. I really only need 12. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the first layer be just storage containers. I'm going to split off the belt into the storage containers and then have the storage containers themselves bring the ore up into each of the coal generators. Use my English here. So in order to do that, we got to figure out exactly how that's going to look. So I'm going to do let's do a storage container. I'm not going to do Mark II storage containers. That seems like overkill to me. It's not, I don't need that much. I'm just going to do a regular storage container. I'm going to have the output on the other side. I'm going to pop this puppy down. Alright, and then what I want to do is I'm temporarily putting some walls down. I will eventually have, you know, walls here, but they may have conveyor belt walls and stuff, is what I may be doing. Okay, so we've done that. So then if I go 7 with my foundation, oops, that's not what I want. 7, like that. Oop, that's still not what I want. Keep hitting the wrong buttons here. Okay, so that's sufficient clearance. I don't need more than that there. So put that like that, and that like that. And now what I want to see is how big the coal thing is, so that I can kind of judge how far apart I need the things to be. Floor is too steep. Okay, let's see if I can. I need some ramps so I can see what I'm doing here. First of all, let's put a ramp down. Where are you at? Hello, ramp. There. Hello, ramp. Hello, ramp. Are you there, ramp? Why won't you be visible for me? There you are. I think so. Let's put it there. Let's see if I manage to get them aligned properly. I think I did. And this is like half and half, and this one's kind of half and half. All right, I think we did good there. I think we did good. So then it's a matter of just replicating what I've done down here, which is going to be another fun thing. So I've got this sort of... Where do I have this? You know what the other problem is going to be? I need to reuse these stacks. Right, because I'm going to need to have a belt, because if they're going to be side by side like that, I'm going to need to have another belt. Unless I just do 2 per thing. Ugh, I don't know if I like that. I mean, I could just do it 2 wide and just keep going tall with it, but I'm going to need more power than just that. I'm going to want tons of power. I mean, I have a lot of verticality that I can do. But I feel like, well, that said, I mean, if I do it this way, yeah, this might work, because I can have multiples along here. And it might look better this way. It'll be like narrow and stuff. Is that true? Do I really want that? Do I want 3 per? Because I got all this catering wire. That would be really nice if I could just you know, use that for power poles. There's a possibility too of putting two back here, but again, I still have to have these. See, it's just the getting the belt up there that's the problem. I mean, I could do another item elevator with these, and just have those be the thing that pushes it all the way up to the top. I don't particularly like that idea, though. It's bad enough I'm abusing it over there. I could get rid of the storage altogether, which I don't really like the idea of either, but... Or do I don't really need to get rid of the storage, right? All I really need to do is have a thing that I can wrap these belts around and have them not get twisted. So if I were to so if I were to like do like a foundation up here and just stack some foundations on top of one another and then have these wrap around the foundation, I could do multiples then, because I would just do the foundations on both sides. And that would at least give it the appearance of having a structure. I could also do the walls and like make a stairwell on both sides, because I'm gonna need a stairwell of some kind. So I could do that, although I think one stairwell will be more than enough to get around this, because you want that really in the center to look around. So maybe you know, let's rethink this. Let's rethink this little thing here. I'm still going to use these. So the reason I was thinking of the walls was because I could just use the conveyor walls, and that would solve the problem as well. But let's see here. Let's do 5. Foundation 8x4. Right there. So I have that. And I can actually stack it up even higher, just so I can see what pattern we're doing here. I'll do another one right here. Again, so I can see what pattern we're doing. There we go. Okay. And then, it's a shame I can't put just conveyor walls here. Well, I could. I mean, I'm on a thing. It's not going to look right. Well, actually, you know what? It'll look better than doing a stackable, but I don't know if I'll be able to get the conveyors up high enough, because they are a little bit wonky in that regard. But if I go one here, one there, and one there, that should actually do it. So let's see here. Let's do I want this to look at least somewhat presentable. So I go walls and I say wall conveyor perpendicular, right? And oh yeah, these actually do snap right to that. Okay. So then I put one down here, like that, one like that, and one like that. Let's see if that works. I'm curious to see if it will actually work. That'll actually make it easier to align the storage too, because I can just push it up against the wall. Conveyor belt is too steep. I had a feeling you were going to say that. Conveyor belts start acting... I've noticed the conveyor belts start acting wonky, where they won't actually go around corners like you want them to. They'll try to cut corners. And then you get that too steep thing. If I had a, let me see something. If I put a wall conveyor perpendicular right there, will that work? Well, it likes it, but it looks like ass. That's the problem. Yeah, we can't do those. So I might have to do, which is unfortunate, I might have to do just the stackables, which don't look quite as nice. I mean, they're fine, I guess, but when you're just doing one belt, it doesn't look quite as good. I wonder. I wish I could coax these belts to kind of do what you want a little bit better. And like, floor is too steep, you know, and then it's like, in order to really, like, there's no easy way to coax it up that next level, right? Just by the nature of it, because it's going up too high. Like, if I made these smaller segments, it might... No, even then it wouldn't work, because these are large walls. That's a bummer. Is there anything else I can possibly do here? I mean, I could do the wall conveyor where it's in the wall itself. Though I'm not a huge fan of that either. That is a possibility. Yeah, I guess we're just gonna have to do the stackables. Where are they at? Air pole stackable. Yeah, I feel like this is the only way I'm gonna get away with it. By doing these. Do that. Over here, 1, 2, 3, and over here is 1, 2, 3, 4. Right there. I think that'll work. Let's grab this up. And we'll put this right up against the wall now. That'll make it easier to line them up. If I can find them. Storage container. Yeah, right there. That comes over here. See, it's still cutting into that. That's a problem. Why must you cut into here? I mean, it'll work because it's blue, but it's still. I hate that it's cutting in there. It doesn't look right when it cuts into the corner. When it cuts the corner like that. I have to put these. I bet I have to put these just right on the corners in order for this to work. Like, put one, like, right here, maybe? Let me turn my light on, too, so you guys can see. I'd probably have to put one, like, right on the corner here. 1, 2. And then you will move back to the corner as well. I guess I should just put these on my thing here, on my hot bar. All right, 0. So 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so let's see how this works. That goes up to there. This goes up to there. Alright, so that actually makes it look correct. And then what we'll do is move this back a little bit further, so it's more in line with the other ones. Move this right back to the corner, basically. 1, 2, 3, 4 there. Don't have to go up any further than that. So 3 to there, and 3 to 3 to there. There we go. Alright. Probably doesn't look that great because it's got to come around here, but it'll be, I think, it'll be the least of my problems. I mean, from the outside, you're not gonna see. From the outside, you're not gonna see this because I'm gonna put the walls up, out on the outer perimeter here. So all you'll really see is just a belt coming in on the other side. You won't see these unless you walk inside. So I think that'll work. Now, other problem. Is that really going to be a problem? No, because I can just do it here. So I can kind of repeat this pattern. He's a little bit close though, isn't it? Like I didn't really give... There's not a whole lot of room here. Let's see how this works. Storage container. Storage container right there, maybe? Because the problem is these are going to be awfully close. And I'm going to have belts coming in and going out. Let me see here. Let's put a belt, put a pole here. Oops, for the pole there. Yes, no. Oh, there it is. I forgot. I gotta do it twice. 3 into there, just so I can see what that looks like. All right, there might be enough room where it's not going to interfere. But let's see. Let's put this down right in line with the other one. It really doesn't matter how big these are. I'm just doing it just so I can see what I'm doing here. So 3. Ooh, see how these belts start really going crazy? Like, see how crazy the shapes are that it's trying to make on these belts? That's a problem I'm seeing now in the game, where I can't put a belt on because it's giving me this crazy shape that should not be doing. Like, why it's doing that, I don't know. Although, to be fair, this really should be back further anyway. Right, because this should be in line with that one over there. Because it's a repeating pattern. So let's do that. 0. Where does that go? Like right. Whoops. Gotta stop hitting up. My fingers are hitting on the wrong buttons here. Okay, it's on the other side of the black here. So right there, 1, 2. Do 3 from here. Up to there. Okay. And then over here, this might just work. 2. Where did it put that at? Where did that go? I have no idea where that went. I put a conveyor pole stackable around here somewhere, and I have no idea where I put it. So, 1 time's there. And then over here, go 1, 2, 3, 4. So this should work, right? Coming from there, up to there, from there, to there, and there, into there. Okay. So these are connected properly, and that one's connected properly. Okay. Alright. Well, I think we're okay. So I should be able to repeat this pattern. Okay, so I have grabbed some iron, and I have brought over, I'm going to actually, I have some coal in my inventory here. I'll just throw that in there. And I've brought over the coal belts. You can see it's starting to fill up these areas. That's good. Should be coming up here soon as well if I did this correctly. Yep, there it comes now. Excellent. Okay, so that said, so we got the coal going into the generators. We got them generating power now. The way I've got is I've got the belt coming along here, and I've got the one input area, so over this side, and then that will then come down here and just form like a main line going down this way, with all the splitters coming off of that and going into the storage containers, which then feed up into the actual, oof, I almost went off the edge there, feed off into the coal power plants, which are now producing some energy and will continue to produce energy that I will be using shortly as we get, once we get some iron production and stuff down here. I want to go and see what the manufacturer thing looks like, to see if it actually helps with the iron, because that would make my life easier, a little bit more compact anyway. So we got these smokestacks. Now here's my next question, is how big do I have to go before I can put another floor up there? So I do want to stack these, although the question then becomes, how the hell am I going to stack these? Because I'm going to need to get the belt to, I'm going to need the belt going up that way. You know what? I don't think I'm going to be able to stack these now that I look at it, because these belts, I mean, it's going to be coming down from the bottom. I mean, I could stack them if I could get a splitter here, which that's going to be an interesting challenge with that little curve, the way it curves there. This one has a little curve in it too, right? Yeah. I'll have this split off here and then continue around and all the way up there. I mean, that's what I would have to do, right? Unless... yeah, that's pretty much what I'd have to do, because otherwise these belts are all gonna stack up to one another here. Can I put a... let's see if I can get a splitter on there. It's gonna tell me it's not gonna like it, right? Too sharp of an attachment. Yeah, that's what I was worried about. Well, we can always split off here and then have that go around, but it's not a very good split point either. I mean, the other thing is I could move these down slightly, like move the things down so that they're actually straight. So these, there's no curve in this. That might be what I need to do. Let me see if I can... Let's see here. Can I just take that down for a second? Take this down for a second. Let's see if I can align this now with the other thing. With the... Is that really aligned? It doesn't seem like it's aligned. Wish I could see if it was aligned, but it's not giving me another guideline here. Do it that way. Is that lined up better? And that is lined up better. Okay. I moved it slightly over, and then if I put a splitter on this, like right here, and I have the belt coming off of here, and then keep wrapping it around. That's what we might have to do. Also make sure I look this up, because I'll forget if I don't. Alright, so then that'll possibly handle that. So we should be able to stack it, and then I gotta see at what point can I stack above. Do one more up here. Okay, and then can I do 7? Very top there. Let's do 7 right on top of that. Well, now we'll do it right there and see if it holds. There you go. I just wanted to put it on that side just for the sake of argument, just to see if it's actually blocking or not. I know that's not really... Well, I mean, that actually doesn't matter if it's up there, because this... Technically this floor should come out a little bit more, but that's fine there. Alright, I just want to make sure it wasn't actually blocking it, so we'll take those down. That. Okay, so it looks like we can get another floor up there, and then I gotta figure out a way to do these stairs such that I can get up and down here relatively simply. Probably it's gonna be another one of those. I probably use those other stairs I used before, and just have those, even though they don't link into anything or don't look right. I'll probably just do a stairwell like that right in the center here, and then we'll have a second floor there and all that stuff. But I think we've done well. We have power down here now, which is half the battle. I think we have 200 megawatts. All right, if I look at the thing, it's 100 megawatts. 100 megawatts. Right, they each do 50, I guess, right? Yeah, they each do 50. It's 100, so if I get 4 on a row, that's 200 megawatts per row, and then we can keep going up into the sky as high as we want to. Yeah, I think that works. It's going to take a lot of scaffolding and getting up there and doing that, and then what I can do is, now that I have at least 100 megawatts here, I can start to look at the iron. Try to get the iron tower up, which the iron tower, again, I gotta figure out where these things are going to go, because I feel like the iron tower should be over here in this area, which interferes with this this one belt, but we're gonna have belts going all over the place until I figure out what pattern I want the belts to follow to go around the world. And I might strategically put storage containers along the way so that I can kind of make the corners, the 90-degree turns look correct and all that stuff, just for the sake of argument. But yeah, I think we're going to end there with what we've done so far. I know it doesn't seem like a lot. There's a lot of planning. This is going to be a ginormous build, and I haven't quite gotten the whole thing in my brain either as to exactly what it's going to look like. I kind of have an idea of what I want it to look like. I know that in the center of all this nonsense, way up in the sky, I want my crafting bench, and I want to be able to just walk a small distance to get all the resources I could ever want to handcraft things. So there's going to be some kind of sky walk around here. There's going to be some way to walk between each of these buildings, and I'm trying to centralize power. Although obviously, at some point I'll probably make another tower down there that's power as well. It's the nice thing about this is I can kind of expand however way I can see fit to do it. But yeah, next time we're gonna have to I'll get the resources together for the tier 5 manufacturer, and we'll probably start to put I'll have to get some of the machines together for the plastics and whatnot, so we'll be spending our time back at the base, I would say, rather than at the mega build. But we'll see. I kind of want to divide my time between the two, but I know that there's a lot of grinding that I'm gonna have to do at the mega build to really get it to start coming to fruition. As you can see, it takes me just an hour just to even get to where I'm at here so far, and also trying to get to a faster mechanism over here would be really nice. We'll also have to go prospecting for oil, I suppose, at some point in the future, and seeing what that does for us. In fact, I probably have that here, right? No, I don't. I just have this stuff. I guess I haven't unlocked that yet. But there's we got a ways to go yet, friends. We have a ways to go. I'll be really happy when I can get the I have the limestone going down there, but I'll be really happy when I get the limestone all hooked up down there. I'll get the iron smelting and everything, so I can take a bunch of these down and just move them down there. And man, we got, even with all the stuff that I have here, we really have so much copper. I have so much copper here that's not really being utilized all that much. I mean, yeah, for all the copper wire and stuff we're using, it's still, we got tons and tons of copper. We got tons of iron just kind of sitting around waiting to be used. This whole area up here is pretty much idle at the moment. How much power are we using? 147. Yeah, we're down to 147 megawatts, and we got 400 to deal with. Also, I'd like to see what the big truck, how that handles over that terrain over there. Although I'm kind of at the point where I'm like, do I need to keep bussing things around, or should I just, because I got that coal coming in from the other mine over there that's even closer, so is bussing the coal over even worth it anymore? Who knows? Who knows? I'm kind of curious as to how much is in here. Not that much. It's not really bussing all that much at once, and it's coming out of there pretty quickly. Right, like it's going into here, and then it's kind of just getting shoved around the world. Essentially, it's mostly going into our construction over here of stuff. What's the storage container? It's this guy. What's this guy doing? I always forget. It's assembler. Stators. Yeah, mostly going into production of stators and whatnot. We do have The iron, or the steel pipes, I mean. I keep saying iron, but they're steel. Steel pipes coming into here. A ton of them. So I could just branch off of that and put those steel pipes into a chest, since we're gonna need them for other things as well. But yeah, I'm droning on way too long here. Way too long. I've been trying to make these episodes, trying to time box them to an hour, and I still am not able to do that. But anyway, we'll end the episode here. Thanks so much for watching, everybody, and I will see you next time.